In this video, I want to talk about budgeting and money management. If you know anything about my backstory, budgeting and money management were my Achilles heels. I could not handle my money properly, and that kept me broke for a very long time. I'm relatively good with handling my money now, but I still make mistakes, and that's something you'll learn. Over the years, no matter how good you get at budgeting and managing your money, you'll still make mistakes. But in order to avoid those mistakes, that's what this video is for. Avoiding those mistakes will keep you from having that financial stress, and it'll give you a lot more peace of mind when it comes to your overall financial situation. Now, there's various budgets out there. You got the 50-20-30 rule when it comes to budgeting. You got the envelope system when it comes to budgeting. You have the zero-based budget, which is the budget that I was initially introduced to and the budget that I currently use. The zero-based budget, I think, is the best in my personal opinion, and that's why I still use it. But essentially what the zero-based budget is, every dollar that you make within a month, all of your income, let's say you make $3,000. You got your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your gas, food, your insurance, your phone, and you have your fund money. My fund money is called my blow money budget because I get to blow that money on whatever I want. So every dollar you make, you give that dollar a home. It's that $3,000 that you made within a month, you put those dollars towards every line item, and by the time you allocate all those dollars, it should leave you at zero, which is the zero-based budget. That being said, you might not be at the point where you've even attempted the zero-based budget or you've even mastered it, right? But I promise you, once you get that down, try it for 20 days, 30 days, 60 days. Once you get that down and nailed down and tuned into a science, it's a complete game changer. You'll get to see where all of your money is going, and you'll get to see what you're able to do with any of your discretionary income, and that gives you way more control over your money than you can ever imagine. I know it changed my life. Just try it. It's gonna shift your whole perspective when it comes to finance. You can use pen and paper, you can use an Excel spreadsheet, or there's various budgeting apps out there. I personally use the Every Dollar budgeting app, which is free. It's the Every Dollar budgeting app in the App Store. It's actually Dave Ramsey's product. It's free, and there's a paid version as well, but the free version works just fine for me. It's a green icon. I'll post a pic for you to check it out. No affiliate, I wish there were, but that's how good it is. It works like a charm for me, so I just thought I'd plug that. Now, here's why I say you might need 5 bank accounts or at least more than one. Separation is key. Separation is everything, right? We've all heard the term out of sight, out of mind. The more separation you have, the better. If you're the type of person or have the personality to spend every dollar you make, can't hold on to money, money is just burning a hole in your pocket. Like you're playing hot potato with the money, like, oh, I gotta spend it, and you just can't control yourself. By having multiple bank accounts, it gives you that barrier or that separation degree, right? So if you allocate that money over there, it's not that you're not mindful that you have that money, because you do know you have it, but it's not so easily accessible where you can just blow it, right, on complete impulse purchases, especially if you're trying to save money or pay off debt, right? You're not easily enticed by the money just sitting right there at your fingertips. It's over there in another account, and it actually buys you time, right? It buys you time and allows you to think. It allows your impulses to calm down, because we all know we just buy certain things that we have no business buying and then regret that we bought it and then cry about being broke. Like, we have to be mindful and we have to be self-aware more than anything. Speaking of self-awareness, back in 2016, not even 2016, I would say 2011, that's when I actually opened my 401k at work. And I mentioned this in another video. I'll link it in the cards for you to go check out. The only reason I opened my 401k is because I didn't have a bank account. I was so broke, I was so trash with money that I messed up my bank account by getting overdrafts, and my bank just shut me down. So I knew I needed to save some money, but the only way I felt like I could save some money was by opening a 401k, which I knew if you put the money in there, you wouldn't be able to access it because it's all these barriers, right? They have all these restrictions on that account. So that way I'll just save money by default and just keep living my life. So that's what I did. I wouldn't advise that, of course, but that's just what I did. Right now, I personally have 5 different bank accounts. 5. I have a checking and a savings with my main bank. I have a high yield savings account through Ally. I have a checking account through my local credit union. And I also have another checking account with another bank. And all of these bank accounts, all of these accounts, they do very different things. I put certain money in certain accounts for certain things, and that's how I'm able to manage my money a lot better, because I know this account is for this. I know that account is for that. I know my main account is to pay bills, etc., etc. That's the importance of it. And once you do that, I know that may seem like a lot. 5 bank accounts, why do I need? You might not need 5 bank accounts, but you definitely need at least 2 or 3. At least 2 or 3, trust me, because it can get get messy. For one, you don't want to have too much cash on hand as is. That's a little bit advanced if you're trying to get into investing. The less cash you have, the better. You want to get your money to work for you, but ultimately, in order to become better at budgeting and managing your money, you have to have buckets. You've heard about sinking funds. Sinking funds, that's essentially what my bank accounts are. Every bank account serves a purpose, and I know, okay, if it's a Chase account, Chase is for Christmas spending, or if it's a Bank of America account, Bank of America is for balling out, or if it's a TCF account, TCF is for treating other people. Like, you can get as creative as you want. That's the beautiful thing about finance. You gotta make it fun. I cannot stress that enough. You have to make it fun. You have to make it exciting, and that way you can continue to push forward, because I mentioned this before. There's only so much you can learn about personal finance as a whole, and it does get dull, it does get boring, which is why I like to put my unique spin on things. I like to make it fun. I like to make it exciting. Like, I like to add analogies. I like to bring a little flavor to it, man, because the finance as a whole, it's boring. It really is really boring, but at the same time, it's necessary. Financial literacy is necessary. Financial literacy is something that's completely lacking these days, and I'm just trying to do my best to change that. And the last reason you might need multiple bank accounts is simply diversity. You want to diversify. You've heard this term before as well. Never put all your eggs in one basket. So let's say you only have one bank, you only have one debit card. What if you're out and about and you lose that debit card? Now you're just stuck. Now you just broke. You might not have no cash in your pocket, and that will leave you very vulnerable. If you have one or two or three, then you have other options. That way you can bail yourself out if times ever come to that. But definitely want to diversify. So that's another reason I say you should have more than one bank account. Now, you don't want to over diversify like this guy. You don't want to over diversify. I get it. Each bank, there's a limit of how much money you can deposit, right? So if you're balling like Giannis is, you can only put up to $250,000 into one account, or you can put more, but the bank will only insure up to $250,000. So you can insure, FDIC insure, up to $250,000 within one bank. So that's one reason this guy had so many bank accounts, right? He probably was putting $250,000 here, $250,000 here, he got so many millions that he got to find somewhere to put them, and I get that. But you don't want to keep too much cash on hand, especially if you have an abundance like that. You want to get that money to work for you, right? You want to invest that money instead of having it just sitting in a bank account, losing value, depreciating day by day. You definitely don't want to do that, because inflation is a real thing. So that's all I got for you today. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Also, click that notification bell so you're notified anytime I release a video. Follow me on IG, Q Makes It Happen on Instagram, and lastly, join the Q Crew. If you want to become a member of the Q Crew, click the link below, click the join button, join my community. It's a way you can support the channel, in a way that you can also access exclusive content and get more one-on-one with your boy. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll let y'all next video. Peace.